Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let us continue with our study of Bhakti Vaibhava course, study of Srīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, chapter 17, entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali. And today we are going to read from text number 36. But before that, let's chant our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear devotees, we are reading how Maharaj Parikshit, who was a great Rajarshi, confronted Kali and told him, after Kali surrendered to Maharaj Parikshit told Kali that, all right, you are surrendering to me, so I will not kill you. But you cannot remain in my kingdom, because this kingdom is that kingdom where Lord Krishna is worshipped. So you cannot stay here. Now let us see what Kali tells Maharaj Parikshit. Verse recitation na, Prabhuji, I don't have it on this computer. This is a new laptop, Prabhuji. I have to still download it. I don't know how to download. I have to get it from my old computer. But we'll just skip it today in the interest of time. Text 36. Kalir Uvacha. Now Kali personified is going to, Kali Purush is going to respond to Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit said, all right, I will not kill you, but you go away. You cannot live in my kingdom, and the kingdom is the whole earth. So basically, Parikshit Maharaj is saying you are banished from the whole earth's surface. Now let's see what Kali says. Kali Ruvacha. Yatra kva vatha vatsyami sarvabhauma tavadnyaya lakshaye tatra tatrapi tvam atteshu sharasanam. Translation and purport by our beloved founder Acharya Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shri Srīmad Abhay Charana Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Kali saying, "O your majesty, King Parikshit, though I may live anywhere and everywhere under your order, I shall but see you with your bow and arrows wherever I look. You're telling me go away, you cannot stay in my kingdom. But my dear Maharaj Parikshit, wherever I go, I am so afraid of you that I will only see you wherever I go, holding your bow and arrow." Purport. Maharaj Parikshit was the emperor of all lands all over the world. And thus anywhere Kali might live, he would have to meet with the same mood of King Parikshit. Angry mood, chastising mood. The personality of Kali was meant, now listen to the sentence carefully, my dear friend, very beautiful sentence. The personality of Kali was meant for mischief, and Maharaj Parikshit was meant for subduing all kinds of mischief mongers. Haribol. So there is always a conflict between the Sura and the Asura. Always. The evil and the good are always at conflict. Text 37. Tanme, Kali speaking. Tanme dharma bhritam shrestha sthanam nirdeshtum arhasi yatraivo niyato vatsya atishtham ste anushasanam. Therefore, O chief amongst the protectors of religion, Kali is calling Maharaj Parikshit Dharma Bhritam Shrestha. Dharma Bhritam. Those who are the protectors of Dharma, Shrestha, chief. O Parikshit, chief amongst the protectors of Dharma, Sthanam Nirdeshtum. Sthanam Nirdeshtum. Please fix a place for me to stay. Where? Niyato Vatsya. Where I can stay permanently. Give me a permanent house, not some rental place. Permanent house though. Kali doesn't know nothing is permanent in this world. Even Kali Yuga is impermanent. Although it is 432,000 years. Give me a place where I can live permanently. How? Atishtamte anushasanam. Under your protection of your government. आपके अनुशासन में मुझे ऐसा स्थान दो जहां मैं हमेशा रह सकूं. Kali is saying. Now I have a question for all of you. Here the word in the second line is sthanam nirdeshtum. Sthanam nirdeshtum arhasi. Sthanam nirdeshtum. Where we see this word nirdeshtum? Nirdesh, Ishab, where we say. Every day we say this. Which verse it comes in? Kali is saying, fix a spot for me to stay. Yes, Narhari Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, is it Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj?
Gaura Avirbhava Bhumestam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya. He showed he fixed the place where Mahaprabhu appeared. Gaura Avirbhava Bhumi. Gaura Avirbhava Bhumestam Nirdeshta. He is the one who confirmed to Srila Bhaktivinoda, yes, this is the Yogpit. This is where Mahaprabhu appeared. 145-year-old man jumped out of the basket of Bihari and started jumping. Jai Shachinandan Gaura Hari, Jai Shachinandan Gaura Hari. It is said he was jumping 8 to 10 feet high, higher than the basketball players. 145-year-old man who could not even open his eyelids. By coming to the birthplace where Mahaprabhu appeared, the savior of the whole world appeared. Srila Jagannath Das Babaji could not contain his ecstasy. Jumping like a small bird, up and down, up and down, up and down. Gaura Avirbhava Bhumestam Nirdeshta. Therefore, he is Sajjana Priya. He is very dear to the devotees. And therefore, he is the greatest among the devotees. Vaishnava Sarvabhauma, Shri Jagannath. Namo Namah. our obeisance to Jagannatha Sahaji Maharaj. Pranam mantra are so beautiful, na? When you understand the meaning. So, sthanam nirdeshtum arhasi. Fix a spot for me. Purport. So, I have written here, this is a golden purport. Small, powerful purport. So, let's read the whole purport together. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful purport by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Purport to verse 37. So, Kali is saying, please fix a place for me to stay, Maharaj Parikshit, under your rule where I can live permanently. Now, let's see what Srila Prabhupada comments. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The personality of Kali addressed Maharaj Parikshit as Dharma Bhritam Shrestha, the chief Shrestha amongst the protectors of religiosity. Dharma Bhritam. Why? Kali addressed Maharaj Parikshit as the chief amongst protectors of religion because King Parikshit refrained from killing a person who surrendered unto him. This Kali has seen. Maharaj Parikshit would have killed Kali, but Kali saw, Arey, I just said, Sharanam Prapadde, I surrender to you, and Maharaj Parikshit, knowing Dharma, he did not kill me. A Kshatriya should never kill someone who has surrendered. Kali is saying, Maharaj Parikshit, you are really Dharma Bhritam Shrestha. You are the chief amongst the protectors of religion because by not killing me, you have protected Dharma. Because Dharma yahi hai. Kshatriya Dharma yahi hai कि शरणागत का कभी वध ना किया जाए. Never kill someone who has taken sharan. Dharma Bhritam Shrestha. Isn't it beautiful? Srila Prabhupada is getting into the psychology of Kali. Why Kali is calling him Dharma Bhritam Shrestha. Okay. A surrendered soul, now please listen now, ecstasy is coming now. Ecstasy is coming in this purport. A surrendered soul should be given all protection, even though he may be an enemy. Kali is enemy. But because he surrendered to Maharaj Parikshit, he gave up his royal dress, gave up his club and surrendered. He touched his head to the lotus feet of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj forgave him, did not kill him. Prabhupada is saying, a surrendered soul should be given all protection, even though he may be an enemy. Another example, can you give? Enemy was given protection because he surrendered. Yes, Sarojanandri Mataji, you give one example, and then Shamaballi Mataji, you give one example, and then Nandini Kishan Mataji, you give one example.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Vibhishan surrendering to Lord Ram.
Enemy नहीं थे, बेचारे वो तो पहले से भक्त थे. Enemy नहीं थे, but ठीक है, good example, very good. He was coming from the enemy camp, so good example, accepted. Okay, but enemy, Sarojanandini Mataji.
Enemy surrendering to the Lord, Prabhu.
And Lord forgiving. Or the devotees of the Lord, like Parikshit Maharaj forgiving. Pandavas?
Yeah, Pandavas forgiving Jayadratha.
Very good. When Draupadi Devi was abducted, yes.
Yeah.
Another example where the Pandavas forgave someone because surrendered.
Duryodhana. When he was, when they went to the forest and, no, actually not
Duryodhana. The Gandharvas had captured him.
The Gandharvas had captured him.
But what about Ashwathama?
Ashwathama, yeah, typical example. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, other Matajis, you have some other examples to share?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Who wants to share?
Jagai Madai.
Jagai Madai, yes, they surrendered. Mahaprabhu was still not willing to forgive.
Kalia.
Madai ko to marun. Kalia, yes, very nice example. Kalia was forgiven. He surrendered. And also because his wives were devotees. Okay, Shamavalli Mataji, you have another example? Narhari Dev Prabhu, you have another example?
No, Prabhu, Jagai Madai.
Jagai Madai, okay, good. Narhari Dev Prabhu?
Prabhu, I have two examples. One is Banasura and the other is Mayadanava.
Very nice examples. Especially Banasur, yeah, very nice example. He definitely deserved to be killed, but he was allowed to go. Mayadana, during the when the Khanda forest was burned, that time?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. During the Khandava forest, he surrendered to Arjuna, even though Krishna wanted to kill him, but because he surrendered to devotee.
He was forgiven.
But
Very nice. Nice example. Shreya Mataji?
Prabhuji, Gopal Chapal and Srivas Thakur.
So that is okay. That you are coming in the Vaishnava circle now. Vaishnava Aparad. We are talking about in a Ran Bhumi, where literally but that's also good. Thank you. Nice. Satyarupa Mataji and Janani Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just on Ram Navami, Amarendra Prabhu took this class about Virada, that demon who surrendered to Ram and Lakshman, and finally they forgive him. Can we take this example?
Yes. He was killed, but we can take that example because he was
at the last, right?
He surrendered at the last, but he was killed. But that was good because that's how he was destined to die, at the hands of Ram and Lakshman. So he will go back as a Gandharva. But nice example. Nandini Kishori Mataji.
Yesterday you gave this example of Devanand Prabhu.
Yeah, similar Vaishnava Aparad. Okay. Thank you. Nice. Okay, Nandini Kishori Mataji.
Rukmi first time he was let go.
Yes,
Rukmi.
very nice example. Very nice example. He was aggressor. He attacked with the army to stop Krishna, but he was completely defeated. And then when he surrendered, he was let go. Rukmini didn't want him to be killed. Actually, Krishna would have killed him. Rukmini was begging. But anyway, so this is the thing. Prabhupada is saying a surrendered soul should be given all protection, even though he may be an enemy. That is the principle of religion. And we can just now listen. Ecstasy is coming. So a surrendered soul should be given protection, even though the surrendered soul may be enemy. That is a religious principle. And we can just imagine what sort of protection is given by Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna to the person who surrenders to Krishna not as an enemy, but as a devotee. Hari Bol. If demons who surrender are given full protection and forgiven, Prabhupada is saying, what to speak of a devotee जो जीते जी पूरा जीवन भर बिल्कुल भगवान कृष्ण को समर्पित है. Sorry, I'm going to remove this view. I want to see all of you. I like it when I see all of you. So think, Prabhupada is saying how much protection Krishna will give to a devotee who has surrendered to Krishna all his or her life. अगर जयद्रथ को क्षमा कर रहे हैं, अगर अश्वत्थामा को क्षमा कर रहे हैं, so devotee को accept नहीं करेंगे. A devotee who is always chanting Hare Krishna, Hare, Jayadrat ने कभी Hare Krishna नहीं बोला. Devotee is doing man mana, devotee is doing bhav mat bhakto, devotee is doing mam namaskuru many times in a day, subha sham namaskuru. So definitely mam eva shasi, satyam te pratijane priyose. Mam yaji, he is worshipping also, doing arti. Jayadrat ने कभी आरती नहीं की थी, अश्वत्थामा ने कभी आरती नहीं की थी. So what will happen to the devotee who follows Srila Prabhupada? Full morning program, chanting, bhajan, kriya. Definitely Krishna is there. We should have no doubt. Krishna is there for all of us because we are connected to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is saying, we can just imagine what sort of protection Krishna will give to one who surrenders to him, not as an enemy, but as a devoted servant. Somebody who is chanting every day, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Taking Krishna's name with Radharani, Radha Kant, ऐसा बोलकर जो प्रणाम करते हैं, ऐसे भक्त के लिए भगवान कृष्ण क्या नहीं करेंगे. मम नाम शत एवं राधा नाम तदुत्तमम. यह जपे राधा राधा न जानामि किम तत्फलम. Krishna says, one who's chanting Radha Radha, even I don't know. You are saying Sahasranam Tattulyam Ram Nam Varanane, Sahasranam Nam Punya Nam Triratat Yatphalam. वो सब calculation है 1000, 3000. But somebody who's chanting Radha Nam, Krishna says, I don't know. I cannot calculate what is the power. And Prabhupada is making all of us chant. जय राधा मदन मोहन श्री राधे श्रील सनातनेर प्राणधन हे जय राधा गोविंद श्री राधे श्रील रूप गोस्वामी प्राणधन हे जय राधा दामोदर श्री राधे श्रील जीव गोस्वामी प्राणधन हे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे श्रील श्यामानंदेर प्राणधन हे जय राधा गोकुलानंद श्री राधे श्रील विश्वनाथेर प्राणधन हे जय राधा रमण श्री राधे श्रील गोपाल भट्टेर प्राणधन हे जय राधा रास बिहारी श्री राधे श्रील प्रभुपादेर प्राणधन हे इस्कॉन जुहू की जय. Prabhupada has given us everywhere Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda Dev, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Madhav, Radha Ras Vihari, Radha. In our standard Mangala Charan, how many times Radha Naam comes? Anybody knows? Calculate करो. वंदेहम श्री गुरु में एक बार आता है. श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा एक बार. भगवान कृष्ण के प्रणाम मंत्र में राधा रानी का नाम आता है. राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. Actually, Gopesha Gopika Kant also is Radha. That Gopika is Radharani only. But direct. Then Radharani के प्रणाम मंत्र में एक बार आता है. That तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी. और जय राधा माधव. Every Bhagavatam class. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी. There is Radha Naam. In our Mangal Aarti, there is Radha Naam. Shri Radhika Madhavayor Apara. Tulsi Aarti में तो भरा है Radha Naam. Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sada Yanavas. Then where else we are chanting Radha Naam every single day? In our Prem Dhwani. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी को 2 बार आ गया. So all day we are chanting Radha Naam and Krishna is saying यह जपे राधा न जानामि किम तत्फलम. I don't know, cannot calculate, it is incalculable. So this is our parampara. Why Krishna is not there for us? Of course Krishna. Therefore Prabhupada said 16 rounds. Just be in ISKCON. Follow the bhajan pranali that I have given. Follow the 4 regulative principles. You will go back to Godhead in this life. And there are so many examples. The Lord, Prabhupada says, last sentence, the Lord protects the surrendered soul from all sins and all resultants, reactions of sinful acts. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Next verse number 17. No, sorry, verse number 38. Shri Suta Uvacha. So now Kali begged Maharaj Parikshit like this. So now what is going to happen? Let's see. Suta Goswami is telling us. Abhyarthitastada tasmai sthanani kalaye dadau dyutam panam striya suna yatra dharmas chaturvidha. Yatra adharma chaturvidha. 4 adharma. 4 types of adharma are there. What are they? Dyutam, gambling. Panam, drinking alcoholic beverages, intoxicants. Striya, illicit connection with women. And suna, animal slaughter, to kill animals and eat their flesh. Yatra adharmas chaturvidha. There is chaturvidha bhajate ma. 4 types of people surrender to me. Arti, arthartu, jigdyasu, jnani, sabharachar, sabha. And here there is the perverted reflection of 4 types of sinful activities. Yatra adharmas chaturvidha. Dyutam, panam, striyah, Suna. Srila Suta Goswami said, Maharaj Parikshit, thus being petitioned by the personality of Kali, gave him permission to reside in places. Thanani Kalaye Dadau. De diya. He gave him permission, Dadau, to stay. Where? 4 places. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Suna. Where there is Dyutam, gambling, Panam, drinking alcohol, Striya, prostitution, and Suna, animal slaughter. Yatra adharmas chaturveda. In these 4 places, sinful places, Kali could stay. Kalaye Dadau. These places were given to Kali. Okay? 4 places. So these 4 regulative principles that Srila Prabhupada has given directly cancel out Kali. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Suna. Kalaye Dadau. Kali stays. And Prabhupada, what Prabhupada said? No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. Bach gaye Kali se. Kali yuga pavana, Kali bhay nashana. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada gao he. Because his Gauravani Pracharine. There is no difference between what Srila Prabhupada speaks and what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us. Gauravani Pracharine. Srila Prabhupada is Gauravani Pracharine. No difference. Mahaprabhu says follow principles and Prabhupada says follow the principles. Same. Purport. The basic principles of irreligiosity, adharma, such as pride, prostitution, intoxication, and falsehood, counteract the 4 principles of religion, namely tapa, austerity, shaucham, cleanliness, daya, mercy, and satyam, truthfulness. See how they cancel out. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Suna. How they cancel out? Dyutam. By gambling, truthfulness goes. Gamblers. There is no truthfulness. Gamblers. Aisa chupate patte. Oh, everything is deceptiveness and hiding the truth. No, they will never show. Therefore, I am being truthful. These are the patte mere haath mein. Ye hai cards. Gamblers, very deceptive. So truthfulness goes away. Dyutam. Panam. Nasha. नशा करके कभी एकादशी हो सकती है क्या? ऑस्टेरिटी हो सकती है क्या? नशा, intoxication means no austerity. Just let it go. Austerity means to do what is supposed to do. And intoxication means it takes away all our discriminatory ability. Yeah, you see, na? Sharabi, how those hero acting, we say, they are intoxicated, they do anything, they talk anything nonsense. There is no austerity, there is no self-control. That is Panam. By intoxication, our austerity goes away. Striya, avoid Stri Sang, illicit connection with for sexual gratification, it takes away our cleanliness. Shaucham goes away. What cleanliness? Physically, you will get gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, HIV, and internally, you are indulging in unchaste behavior. Unchaste behavior. You want to go to the Nikunj of Radha and Krishna, and here you have got Purusha Abhiman. How you can go there? Where the Manjaris are there, Gopis are there, where Radharani is there. How you can see Radharani? Ravan is personification of lust. There are 6 avatars of Jai Vijay. Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, Kumbhakarna, Dantavakra, and Shishupal. And all 6 of them represent the 6 anarthas. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. Out of them, Ravan represents lust, Kam Vasana, because he attacked Rambha, the wife of Nalakuber, raped her. He had abducted many women, Rishi Kanyas, Deva Kanyas from the heaven, and forcefully brought them to Lanka to enjoy them. So much so that Nalakuber finally cursed him. If you force yourself on a woman, if you molest a woman, you will immediately die. So Ravan was careful. And even he was lusty after Srimati Sita Devi and abducted her. So Ravan personifies lust. Lust. Was Ravan able to see real Sita? Chaitanya Charitamrita? No. Varaha Puran? No. He saw Maya Sita because he was lusty. So if we have lust, can we approach Srimati Radharani? Can we approach the Ashtasakis? Can we approach Rupa Manjari? No. We cannot. Therefore, all cleanliness goes away. We become dirty. Nimitta matra bhava savya sachin. What is our philosophy? We want to become instruments in Krishna's hands. Correct? Everybody agrees? Okay. So now, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, you cook? You cook, right? I hope for Prabhuji. Prabhuji looked very nice and healthy when I met him in Vrindavan. So I'm sure you cook nice prasadam for Prabhuji. So when you cook, you use instruments. You use a knife, you use a spoon, you use a rolling pin to make chapatis. I don't know in South India you make chapatis or not, but we eat chapatis. Even for rice, you use a pressure cooker. These are all instruments. Will you ever use a dirty instrument in cooking? No, you make sure it is clean. So we have to become Krishna's instruments. So will Krishna use a dirty instrument? Usse pura lust, anger, greed laga hua hai. No, Krishna will reject. Get a clean instrument. Therefore, Chetodarpana Marjanam. We have to become purified. So Krishna will use us as an instrument. Therefore, we have to give up these anarthas. So Striya takes away, Avaid Stri Sangha, illicit sex takes away cleanliness, internal and external. And Suna, slaughtering animals, takes away daya, compassion. So you see, Dyutam. So I'm going to unmute all of you. I want all of you to scream out. I will tell one place of Kali and you have to tell which limb of Dharma it destroys. Dyutam, gambling.
Truthfulness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Panam, intoxication.
Austerity.
Okay. Striya, illicit sex.
Cleanliness.
Okay. Suna, animal slaughter, meat eating.
Mercifulness.
Daya.
Very nice. All pass. Thank you. So this is Prabhupada saying that they destroy the principles of religion. Prabhupada further says, the personality of Kali was given permission to live in 4 places, particularly mentioned by King Parikshit. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Suna. Namely, place of gambling, prostitution, alcohol drinking, and animal slaughter. Srila Jiva Goswami tells us that drinking against the principles of scriptures, such as the Sautra Mani Yajna, association with women outside of marriage, Avaid Stri Sangha, and killing animals against the injunctions of scriptures, these are irreligious activities. Yatra adharma chatur vidha. In the Vedas, 2 types of injunctions are there. Please pay attention. Pravritti marg and nivritti marg. The Vedic, so pravritti means to engage in material enjoyment and nivritti means to give up material enjoyment. The Vedic injunction for pravrittas, those who are on the pravritti marg, is to gradually regulate their activities toward the path of liberation. Dhire, 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 you become purified. Therefore, for those who are in the lowest stage of ignorance, tamogun, and who indulge in wine, women, and meat eating, drinking is performed by Sautramani Yajna. There is a particular Yajna where you are allowed to drink wine. That is Sautramani Yajna. Such people are allowed to indulge in drinking wine in the Sautramani Yajna. They are allowed association of women by getting married. Haribol, Vivaha Samskar. And they are allowed Suna, eating flesh, by sacrifice. There are certain sacrifices for Chandi Devi to be performed on Amavasya, only once in a fortnight, Amavasya, where you may eat meat after offering it to Chandi Devi. It's a yajna, sacrifice. These are recommended in the Vedic Shastra. This is all in Vedic Shastra. Vivaha, Vedic Shastra. Animal sacrifices are in the Vedas. And Sautramani Yajna for drinking wine is in the Vedas. Now listen what Jiva Goswami is saying. This is all in the Vedic literature. But for whom are these Vedic literatures meant for? It is clear. Jiva Goswami says, for those who are in the lowest stage of ignorance. They are already indulging in illicit connection with women, drinking alcohol and eating meat. to uplift them, to regulate them, कि अभी थोड़ा सा इसको कम करो. Put some regulation, boundaries, maryada. That maryada is given in Vedic literature. Sautramani Yajna, Vivaha, and all these Ashwamedh Yajna and other yajnas. One man's food may be poison for others. It is said one man's food is poison for another person. Example, COVID was poison for all of us, correct? Everybody agrees? We lost family, friends. There is nobody here who did not lose some friend or family member in COVID. So many people have died. So for us, it was poison. But what about for the people who made the COVID vaccine, who manufactured masks, who manufactured hand sanitizer? Unki Diwali ho gayi. They made so much money that they can practically retire. So many gloves, masks, PPE, those who are manufacturing, they made immense money during COVID. One man's food is another man's poison. Similarly, what is recommended, please listen carefully, what is recommended for those in the mode of ignorance may be poison for those in the mode of goodness. All this Sautramani Yajna, then the Palapaitrakam, eating of flesh, this is not for us. This is not for devotees. This is meant for people in the mode of ignorance. And therefore, there are some religions in the world where these things are indulged in. And they say, in our religion it is there, in our religion it is there. So it may be there because those religions, Kala Desha Patra, those religions evolved amidst people who were quite uncivilized. To uplift them, those scriptures are there to uplift them from where they are. At least you're eating meat, at least say some blessings before you eat. Say some prayer before you eat. Somehow to uplift them. But Bhagavad Gita, Srīmad Bhāgavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, who is the audience? Bhagavad Gita, Arjun is the audience. Arjun who rejected Urvashi. Socho. And here in some religion it is said that don't do those things with your mother and sister. Actually, they're in the scriptures. Why? Because the audience are like that. They were practically uncivilized barbarians to whom it was being preached. But Bhagavad Dharma, the audience is Nirmatsaranam Satam, Paramhamsa Samhita. It is meant for the Tad Vaishnavanam Priyam. It is for the Vaishnavas, highly evolved human beings. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita, audience is Arjun. Srīmad Bhāgavatam, audience is Parikshit Maharaj, or Vidur, or Yudhishthir Maharaj, or Vasudev Maharaj, listening from Narad Muni. These are the type of audience in Srīmad Bhāgavatam, very exalted. Chaitanya Charitamrita, who is the audience? Raya Ramananda is speaking to Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is audience. Sarabhama Bhattacharya is audience. Rupa Goswami is audience. Sanatan Goswami's audience. Mahaprabhu is doing Rupa Shiksha. This is the level of Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Rupa Goswami is the audience. Socho. What is coming out of Mahaprabhu's lotus mouth when audience is so exalted? So these scriptures are in a different league, my dear friend. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Alag hi league hai. Uddhav is audience. Radharani is chanting Brahma Gita. Socho. It's amazing. Simply amazing. What is the level of Srimad? What is happening here? The personification of Vandanam, Akrurji, is the audience. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, my dear friends. So, Sri Jiva Goswami is pointing that out. Following in the footsteps of Maharaj Parikshit, it is the duty of all the presidents and prime ministers and kings to see that the principles of Dharma, principles of religion, namely austerity, tapasya, cleanliness, saucha, mercy, daya, and truthfulness, satyam, are established in their state. And the principles of irreligion, namely animal sacrifice, animal slaughter, pride, illicit female association, prostitution, intoxication, and gambling, falsity, are checked by all means, Prabhupada says. And then Prabhupada says, listen carefully, and to make the best use of a bad bargain, the personality of Kali may be transferred to places of gambling, drinking, alcohol, prostitution, and slaughterhouses. If there are any places like that. Prabhupada says we should not have any places like that. But what to do? We have to make something. We have to make what Prabhupada says? To make the best use of a bad bargain. Now, this is Kali Yuga. So Kali is going to appear. Kali is going to stay. That's a bad bargain. But Prabhupada says to make the best use of bad bargain, at least Kali ko restrict karo. Only in slaughterhouses, only in prostitution houses, only in casinos and gambling dens. Or kya? And in taverns where they drink alcohol. So limit Kali to these sinful places only. But now, movies, all the regulative principles are broken on screen. Advertisements, they are broken. Publicly, you go anywhere in the parks, regulative principles are being broken. In the malls, regulative principles are being broken. Every restaurant, regulative principles are being broken because they sell egg, fish, onion, garlic, meat. Every restaurant practically in this world. Every major food chain. So left, right, center, the places where Kali resides, they are just proliferating, growing in numbers. Isn't it? In society, this is the influence of Kali. Kali is progressing. State which, now Prabhupada is going to give a very practical solution to the world leaders. How to establish Dharma. State which wants to eradicate corruption by majority may introduce the principles of religion in the following manner. Number one, these are Prabhupada's instructions to all the world leaders. Number one, 2 compulsory fasting days every month, Prabhupada says. महीने में 2 एकादशी आते हैं, compulsory कर दो पूरे country में. Everybody has to fast on Ekadashi. Prabhupada says, what is the benefit? Austerity will be established. Tapasya will be established. And even from the economic point of view, Prabhupada says, imagine if the whole nation is fasting for 2 days, kitna dhan bachega? Kitna anna bachega? Imagine. Tons and tons of anna, grains will be saved. And also Prabhupada says, the system will act favorably on the general health of citizens. Obesity kam ho jayegi. Okay. Number 2, there must be compulsory marriage of young boys and girls attaining 24 years of age and 16 years of age respectively. 24 years for boys, 16 years for girls. So that all these affairs and these things will be curtailed. Because 16 age mein, the girl has a husband. And 24 ke age mein, the boy has a wife. So they are fixed up. And it happening to everybody. So there are no dating sites and I'm single, looking for a date. What is this nonsense? वो सब हट जाएगा. Everybody is married. Every girl is married. Number 3, the citizen of the state must give in charity up to 50% of their income for the purpose of creating a spiritual atmosphere. They should preach the principles of Bhāgavatam. Srīmad Bhāgavatam should be taught and there should be charity. This will help. Gambling of all description, next paragraph. Gambling of all description, even speculative business enterprise is considered to be degrading. And when gambling is encouraged in the state, there is complete disappearance of truthfulness. We saw gambling destroys truthfulness. It is destroyed, Prabhupada says. And which is the only limb of Dharma still existing in Kali? Truthfulness. So these casinos, lottery, or kya hai wo sab, short-term investments in the stock market, they all come under gambling and they will destroy truthfulness. Intoxication of all description, even smoking cigarettes, chewing tobacco, and drinking of tea must be prohibited. Simply if you follow this instruction of Srila Prabhupada, so much cancer burden will be wiped out from this world, my dear friends. Text 39. Punascha yachamanaya jatarupam adat prabhu tatondritam madam kamam rajo vairam chapanchamam. The personality of Kali asked Maharaj Parikshit for something more. Give me more. Because these 4 things are not existing in your kingdom, Maharaj Parikshit. Where will I go? The personality of Kali asked for more. And because of his begging, yachamanaya, he was begging, the king, Prabhu, gave him permission to live where there is gold. Where there is gold, you can stay there. Because wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and enmity. Jata rupam means gold. Punaschaya chamanaya jata rupam adat prabhu. Adat, he gave away. Jata rupam. Wherever there is gold, you can stay there. And Prabhupada says, wherever there is gold, there is falsity, there is intoxication, there is lust, there is envy, and there is enmity. Purport. Although Maharaj Parikshit gave Kali permission to live in 4 places, it was very difficult for him to find those 4 places, because during the reign of Maharaj Parikshit, there were no such places, no slaughterhouses, no intoxication places, nothing. Therefore, Kali asked King Parikshit to give him something practical, which could be utilized for his nefarious purposes. Maharaj Parikshit thus gave permission to him to live in a place where there is gold. Because wherever there is gold, there are all the above 4 things. And over and above them, there is also enmity. So the personality of Kali became gold standardized. According to Srīmad Bhāgavatam, gold encourages falsity, intoxication, prostitution, envy, and enmity. Enmity. Even gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Gold standard currency is based on falsehood. All these rupees, dollars, this currency that we have, euro, it is based on gold standard. So the country says that I have got so many gold reserves, so I will print so many currency notes. But do they really have that much gold? No, they just keep printing. Especially America. So gold standard currency is based on falsehood, because the currency is not on a par with the reserved gold. Reserve Bank of India means Federal Reserve. Reserve of what? Not dollar bills or rupee bills. Gold. The basic principle is falsity, because currency notes are issued in value beyond that of the actual reserved gold. This is a fact. And then what happens? This artificial inflation of currency by the government encourages the prostitution of the state economy. The price of commodities becomes artificially inflated because of bad money or artificial currency notes. Bad money drives away good money. Prabhupada says, instead of paper currency, actual gold coin should be used for exchange. Then there is no question of inflation, because it's just one standard. Everybody has just gold coins. Text 40. Thus the personality of Kali, by the directions of Maharaj Parikshit, who was the son of Uttarena, the son of Shri Uttara Devi, Maharaj Parikshit, he allowed personality of Kali to live in those 5 places. 5 places: intoxication, gambling, meat eating, illicit sex, and gold. Purport. Thus, the age of Kali began with gold standardization. And therefore, falsity, intoxication, animal slaughter, and prostitution are rampant all over the world. Text 41. Therefore, whoever, Bhagavatam is saying, therefore, Sri Suta Goswami is saying, therefore, whoever desires progressive well-being, especially kings, religionists, public leaders, and brahmanas and sannyasis, should never come in contact with the above mentioned 4 irreligious principles. We should not come in contact with this 4 irreligious principles. Purport. The brahmanas are the religious preceptors, teachers for all the others. This is the Varna system. And the sannyasis are the spiritual masters of everyone else. There's an ashram system, Varna and ashram. The king and the public leaders, the administrators and the kings, who are responsible for material welfare of the people. They are the leaders of the people in general. If a Brahman is not truthful, all his claims as a Brahman at once become null and void. Therefore, Srila Radha Govind Maharaj says in his Katha, a Brahman who has never in his life spoken a lie has the power to curse. The curse will take effect. But ऐसा कोई है नहीं जिसने कभी झूठ नहीं बोला. Is there anybody who has never spoken a lie in the life? Please raise your hand. Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada says, if a Brahman is not truthful, all his claims as a Brahman are null and void. He is not a Brahman. If a sannyasi is illicitly connected with women, all his claims as sannyasi are null and void. Brahman, jhoot bolne se, by lying, and sannyasi by illicit connection with the opposite sex, loses his sannyas ashram. Similarly, what about the kings and administrators? Similarly, if the king and the public leader become unnecessarily proud, they get habituated to drinking alcohol and other intoxicants like smoking, then they become disqualified. Meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, they lose their qualification to rule. Truthfulness is the basic principle of all religions. Very important, my dear. We should try to be truthful in life. Truthful in life, as far as possible. We should not lie. Sometimes we may have to protect devotees or to protect Dharma. For example, we have read in Bhaktamal, there is that Brahman who is sitting and doing japa under a banyan tree, and a cow goes running, and then a Kasai comes with a butcher's knife and asks the Brahman, did you see a cow go somewhere? Which direction did the cow go? Now, he was in Dharma Sankat. As a Brahman, one is not supposed to lie. Satyam, one of the qualities of a Brahman. What to do? And then if I tell him the truth, it will lead to the death of the cow. Go hatya paap lagega. Jhoot bolne ka paap lagega ya go hatya ka paap lagega. Kya karu? So he just, with his eyes, indicated that the cow went in this direction. He told the fellow. Just didn't speak. Just Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. But it was enough indication for the Kasai. So Kasai went and killed the cow. And then this Brahman had to become a Kasai in the next life. His name was Sadan Kasai. Similarly, I know one person. It's very funny. Very funny. So suppose a friend calls him on the phone and his wife picks up the phone. He doesn't want to talk to that friend. So he'll tell the wife, oh, acha. He'll see the caller ID. Okay, this friend is calling. Alana friend is calling. Okay. He'll tell his wife, tell that I'm sleeping. But he doesn't want to get the sin of lying. Jhoot bolne ka paap nahi chahiye. So what he will do? He will jump in the bed and pretend to sleep and say, now answer the phone and tell him I'm sleeping. So wife will say, oh, soye hai. He's sleeping. Okay, Hari bol bye. And then he'll get up. So he's thinking he's going to escape like this. This is them cheating. Phaltu. This is, I don't know what type of dharma. This is kind of dharma. So anyway, but Prabhupada says, truthfulness is the basic principle of all religion. Now, therefore, for Yudhishthir Maharaj to tell Dronacharya, Gurudev, that yes, your son Abhimanyu has been killed by Bhim, was the truth. Why? Because the absolute truth, Krishna is ordering. Aisa bolo. Whatever Krishna says, that is the truth. Prabhupada says, truthfulness is the basic principle of all religion. Sanatan Goswami telling the jailer, I am going to Hajj, Mecca. छोड़ दो. आपके नाम की चादर चढ़ाऊंगा उधर जाकर. छोड़ दो मुझे. हम किधर गए? अपनी चादर का त्याग करके वृंदावन भाग गए. So, is it lying? Is it untruthfulness? If it was, he would have never got Mahaprabhu. It was the highest because Krishna को प्राप्त करने के लिए झूठ बोले. Sometimes we have to do this. Therefore, we need a guru to guide us. Rupa Goswami had left that money for him. कि जेल से निकलने के लिए आपको सहायता के लिए पैसे. तो that he gave bribe, he lied, and he's our Sambandha Acharya. Vaishnava Kriya Mudra Vigyana Bhujaya. So beautiful. Srila Sanatana Goswami. But what purpose he lied? Gave up food, drink, and running. Forest after forest, days after days, just to get Krishna Darshana Lalasa, to get the darshan of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. और चंद्रशेखर घर के बाहर जाके खड़े हो गए बेचारे. अंदर जाने का भी उनमें कोई सामर्थ्य नहीं था. बाहर खड़े थे. तत्ते अनुकंपाम सुसमीक्षमान. कब कृपा होगी, कब अनुकंपा होगी. Very beautiful. Shri Sanatana Goswami ki jai. So, Prabhupada says, the four leaders. कौन है four leaders? Sannyasi, Brahman, and the kings and the administrators, जो उनके मंत्री है. The four leaders of human society, namely sannyasis, brahmanas, king, and the public leader, must be tested crucially by their character. Public leaders may be less qualified academically, but it is necessary primarily that they be free from the contamination of the four disqualifications: meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling. Otherwise, they are not qualified to rule, to lead. 42. Thereafter, the king re-established the lost legs of the personality of religion, the bull. Vrishasya. Vrisha means bull. Vrishasya nashtam strin padan tapah shaucham dayam iti prati sandadha ashwasya mahim cha samavar dhayat. Thereafter, Maharaj Parikshit re-established the lost three legs of the bull. Trin padan, tapah, shaucham, and danam. The satyam was already there. Not only that, by encouraging ashwasya, ashwasan deke, by encouraging activities, he sufficiently improved the condition of the cow also. Mahim cha samavardhayat. Mahim cha samavardhayat. Our Govardhan also. He supports the cows. Govardhan. So, Parikshit Maharaj, he sent Kali away. Go, stay where there is gold, where there is meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling. Go. And then he restored the three broken legs of Dharma, bull, and restored Mother Earth, cow, in her healthy condition. Mahim means earth, cha samavardhayat. He perfectly improved her. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, gold is certainly a generator of falsity, intoxication, prostitution, enmity, and violence. But under the guidance of a proper king or public leader, or a Brahman or sannyasi, the same gold can be properly utilized to re-establish the lost legs of the bull, the personality of religion. See, Srimad Bhāgavatam, there is a story of the Shamantak jewel. What was the characteristic of Shamantak jewel? Every day it would produce some 170, 180 pounds of pure gold every day. And what happened? Satyajit got attached to it. His brother Prasena got killed because of the greed for gold. Not only that, my dear friends, even a devotee like Akrur got tempted. Went to Kashi with that. Kashi gaya na? With that Shamantak jewel. Udhar chaddar dal ke chup ke baithe the. He was doing yajna there also with the gold, but he was attached to the jewel and the gold. Even Akrur. Prabhupada says, gold is certainly generator of falsity, intoxication. Money, very dangerous. It can create fights between brothers, between devotees. Very dangerous. Money means gold, because money is gold standardized. You understand? Money is gold standardized. So money means gold. Don't think gold only means gold. Money is gold, because in Kali, money is gold standardized. So it's very dangerous. It can cause so many problems. Therefore, we should be very careful with money. even especially among devotees, very careful, because it can create so much fighting. And वैसे ही कली युग है, कलह लाती थी कली, कलह create करता है, it creates quarrel among people, money. So we should be very clean in our financial dealings. The same gold can be properly utilized to re-establish lost. If you are like Parikshit Maharaj or Ambarish Maharaj or Arjun, then or Yudhishthira Maharaj, then we can use money in Krishna's service, like Prabhupada did. Maharaj Parikshit, therefore, like his grandfather Arjun, almost done, collected all illicit gold kept for the propensities of Kali to break the 4 regulative principles, and employed it in Sankirtan Yajna as per instruction of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Where does Srīmad Bhāgavatam instruct that use money, use everything for performing Sankirtan? Kaler dosha nidhe rajan astiyo eka mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param brajet nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha kshamanastam namami harim param. Then also Krishna varnam tvisa Krishnam sangopangastar parshadam yadnaya sankirtana praye rijantihi sumedhasa. So Srimad Bhagavatam repeatedly tells in Kali Yuga it is Kirtan, Kirtan, Kirtan. So Maharaj Parikshit collected all the money and used it to establish Sankirtan Yajna in his kingdom 5,000 years ago. As we have suggested before, one's accumulated wealth may be divided into 3 parts for distribution. 50% donation for Krishna, 25% for family members, for the running expense of the house, and 25% we should save for emergency. Simple formula, Prabhupada says. Now, honestly, I have to, because I am reading this, I have to confess I have never done this in my life. But maybe someday I pray that I am able to do this. That 50% donation, 25% for family maintenance, and 25% savings for emergencies in the future. But when I was thinking about this, one thing came to my mind. I may be wrong, but one thing came in my mind, that the money, majority money goes in the maintenance of the house. Pay the mortgage, buy the grocery, pay the utility bills, electricity bill, water bill, internet bill. But by Krishna's mercy, all the family members are devotees. So this main expenditure that we are doing, it is also, and in the house also, who is eating? It is Radha Shyam Sundar, Nitai Shachinandan, Shaligramji. So this, all the main expenses that we are doing, it is in a way directly for Krishna and Krishna's devotees. So this is Bhagyam, this great good fortune that family members are devotees. They may be children, but they are devotees. They are chanting. Anybody who's chanting Hare Krishna is a devotee. Then also our spouse, devotee, most of us. And main thing is, in the center of the house, there are Gaur Nitai. There is Prabhupada. And whatever is cooked, whether it is fruit is brought, flowers are brought, milk is bought, grains, vegetables, everything is offered to Krishna. So, Krishnera samsara koro chhadi anacha Jive doya Krishna nam sarva dharma sa Nadiya gotrum me nityananda mahajan. Krishnera samsara karo. We are in the samsara, family business. Then make it Krishna conscious family life. Do kirtan with your family members. Morning chant japa with family members. Do deity worship with family members. Cook with family members. Offer that to Krishna. Then all the activities become Krishna conscious. So we may not be able to donate 50%, but we can think that we are giving it to Krishna, because in our house only the main deity in the house is Krishna. We are not main. The house belongs to Krishna, isn't it? We are the caretakers. So therefore, with this attitude, then we can have some peace of mind that yes, Krishna, I am giving majority money for the house loan, house mortgage, grocery, and utility bills. But Krishna, this is your mandir. This is your mandir. So please accept this. And then we give some donation also, and we save. And it is even better when the family members are devotees. Maybe all family members may not be devotees, But even if the kids are devotees, they're chanting Hare Krishna, then it is a success for us. And Prabhupada said, the 50% money that we are donating, that should be used for propagation of Sankirtan Yajna. That is the display of maximum human mercy. Sankirtan Yajna. Kirtan festival. Last 3 verses, very quickly I'll go through, my dear friends, please wait. 43-44. The most fortunate emperor Maharaj Parikshit, who was entrusted with the kingdom of Hastinapur by Maharaj Yudhishthir, when he desired to retire to the forest, is now ruling the world with great success due to his being glorified by the deeds of the kings of the Kuru dynasty. So Suta Goswami is telling Shaunakadi Rishis at Naimesharanya that now Maharaj Parikshit is ruling in the present tense. Immediately I can see Shama Kishorati looking. Hare! Ye kaise? Her hand is going to go up as soon as I say Srila Prabhupada ki. Prabhuji, I have a doubt. How this is? What is the chronology? Prabhupada is going to explain, Mataji. So in the present tense, Suta Goswami is saying that who is speaking Bhagavatam? And Bhagavatam mein there is the death of Maharaj Parikshit. And Suta Goswami is saying that right now, as we speak, he's ruling. He says Maharaj Parikshit is ruling. So if somebody asks how this is, the answer will be just to confuse Shama Kishori Mataji. This is like this in Bhagavatam, just so that Shama Kishori can become bewildered. So the most fortunate Maharaj Parikshit, who was entrusted in the kingdom of Maharaj Yudhishthir, is now ruling the world with great success. And he's been glorified. Now Prabhupada will answer what question is burning in the heart. The prolonged sacrificial ceremonies undertaken by Shaunakadi Rishis at Naimesharanya were begun shortly after the demise of Maharaj Parikshit. Okay? So Maharaj Parikshit has already gone back to Godhead. He has already उनका निकुंज प्रवेश हो गया है क्योंकि उन्होंने अपने माता उत्तरा को बृहद भागवतामृत सुनाया है जिसमें राधा रानी की महिमा गाई गई है. सो महाराज परीक्षित वेंट टू, उनका निकुंज गमन हो गया. निकुंज गमन होने के बाद the sages began the sacrifice which made their bodies black with the soot of the fire smoke. The sacrifice was supposed to continue for 1000 years. And it is understood that in the beginning, some of the contemporaries of Lord Baladev, the elder brother of Lord Krishna, also visited the sacrificial place. वहां पर रोमहर्षण का वध कर दिया बलराम जी ने, और उनका जो सेवा था भागवतम कथा का, वो उनके पुत्र सूत गोस्वामी को दे दिया. According to some authorities, अभी सुनो, please listen. According to some authorities, the present tense is also used to indicate the nearest margin of time from the past, because it happened just adhuna, abhi abhi hua hai, so he's saying he is ruling it. The present tense has been used. But there is one more very sweet reason. I love that reason. In that sense, the present tense is applied to the reign of Maharaj Parikshit here. Okay. For a continuous fact also, present tense can be used. Another reason. What is that? For a continuous fact, the principles of Maharaj Parikshit are still continued, and human society can still be improved if there is determination by the rulers. So Parikshit Maharaj चले गए, उनका निकुंज गमन हो गया, लेकिन उनके जो पुत्र है, his son Janamejaya, he is ruling. So, but he is ruling on the principles of Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj is ruling. Who is running ISKCON? Prabhupada. Yes. ऐसा ही है. Someone said, yes, Prabhupada's movement is expanding. अरे but Prabhupada तो भी 1977. नहीं अभी भी हर एक ISKCON सेंटर में, हर एक ISKCON मंदिर में विराजमान है. ऐसे व्यासासन में बैठे प्रभुपाद, हाथ में तुलसी माला लेके. So Prabhupada is in charge. Yes, GBC is running everything, but GBC is running based on principles of Srila Prabhupada. So ऐसा, that's why present tense is used, Mataji. Your eyes have become big like Jagannath. When I was reading, I said, you're looking your Jagannath t-shirt. Okay. So that's why the present tense is used. But there's another very sweet reason. We are coming to that. किधर गया रीजन वो? I think sorry, यही था. This was the reason that it is continuous fact na. Janamejaya is ruling on the principles of Maharaj Parikshit. Therefore, he is saying that Maharaj Parikshit is ruling like that. That was a sweet reason. 2 reasons. Okay. I hope you are satisfied. Next, modern administrators want to banish corruption from the state, but fools as they are, they do not know how to do it. They want to issue license for gambling houses. They open casinos. They give license for distilleries and wineries and what can I call those? Tavern, bar, alcohol, and other intoxication drug houses. Vaping are there. Cigarettes are being sold legally. There are brothels, hotel prostitution, cinema houses. Prabhupada is writing. Cinema houses and falsity in every dealing. Black market. Even in their own, and they are dealing falsely even in their own personal dealings. And they want at the same time to drive out corruption from the state. So they are giving permission for all these Kali activities, and then they say, why there is, how we can remove corruption. Prabhupada says very simply, they want Ram Rajya without Ram. They want God, kingdom of God without God consciousness. How can it be possible? 2 contradictory matters, Prabhupada. Not possible. Last sentence, 2 sentences. We must close all places of gambling, drinking, prostitution, and falsity. Wherever gambling is done, drinking, prostitution, meat eating, that to be closed down, Prabhupada says. These are some of the practical lessons from the pages of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. Bhāgavatam is practical. Last verse. Itham bhutanubhavoyam abhimanyu sutondripaha yasya palayataha kshaunim yuyam satraya dikshitaha. Maharaj Parikshit, the son of Abhimanyu Suta Nripa, is so experienced that by dint of his expert administration and patronage, it has been possible for you to perform a sacrifice such as this. Sutta Goswami is telling Saunakadi Rishis, आप लोग इधर यज्ञ कर रहे हो आराम से शांति से नैमिषारण्य में. It is because of Maharaj Parikshit, such a good king. Somewhere in the middle of the purport, Prabhupada Ji Maharaj writes, austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, the basic principles of Dharma, religion, prepare the ground for the reception of advancement in spiritual knowledge. And Maharaj Parikshit made this favorable condition possible. Therefore, we need good government so that Vrindavan is protected, Mayapur is protected, Jagannathpur is protected, the Dhams are protected, sadhus are protected. There is curtailment of cow slaughter. This nice atmosphere can be created by the rulers. How Maharaj Pratap Rudra created all nice situation for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Acha, 400, 200 devotees are coming from Navadvip. Okay. Let's arrange different householders to host. Everybody should have nice accommodation. He would tell Gopinath Acharya. He would tell Vaninath Rai, come on, make arrangements. First class Jagannath Prasad should be given all 4 months of Chaturmas to all the associates of Mahaprabhu. So this is done when there's a nice devotee king. Favorable conditions. Thus the rishis of Naimisharanya were able to perform sacrifice for 1,000 years. In other words, without state support, without government support, no doctrines of philosophy or religious principles can progressively advance. Very important. There should be complete cooperation between the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas for this common good. Who are the Kshatriyas? Administrators. Who are the Brahmanas? The devotees. Even up to Maharaj Ashok, the same spirit was prevailing. Lord Buddha was sufficiently supported by King Ashok, and thus his particular cult of knowledge, Buddhism, was spread all over the world. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 17th chapter of the Srīmad Bhāgavatam, entitled Punishment and Reward of Kali. Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Sharanagat Mataji and Shama Kishori Mataji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I was having a little bit of confusion that this bull was symbolic. It was showing that 3 legs are broken. That means actually also Kali was hitting his 3 legs, but also means that those 3 things are vanished from the kingdom. So, and we saw that like how it is related, that like austerity is related to, each and all principle. But when the Kali, these places are offered to Kali, he said that like these places are not there in your kingdom. So how do we understand like these places were not there in the kingdom and still these 3 legs were broken? And the second part is when Kali is, like when Parikshit Maharaj allowed Kali and he surrendered and asked him to take shelter. And after that, he re-established the 4 legs. So I was little bit confused about these things, that like, how can we understand these 2 things?
After Krishna left this world, in some remote places in the kingdom, Maharaj Parikshit was ruling from Hastinapur, but in the remote places of this world, these principles were being broken, and Maharaj Parikshit came to know. So the 4 sinful activities, meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, was happening. But remember, Maharaj Parikshit went on a Digvijay mission. He traveled everywhere. He removed all those things. Then he met Kali. So that's why Kali said, now it doesn't exist anywhere.
Okay. Okay, I understood. Thank you so much. And one quick question about the yesterday, on the Tuesday also, we were learning about Dharti, Dharnima. It was said to cow that like you were the most fortunate because Krishna was on, Krishna's footprint. They were there on, on the earth everywhere. And now you are the most unfortunate one. And you said that like everything is, it is Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam, this material places. So, so if it is something that is material thing that is given to us and taken out and we understood, but this is a spiritual bliss that she was experiencing. So even in this material world, even if like the spiritual thing also are considered as impermanent.
No.
That's what like, yeah, it is.
No, so you have to understand like that. So Bhudevi, Dharani, Bhudevi, Mother Earth, she is a devotee of Krishna, very great devotee of Krishna. Bhu Shakti, she is one of the main Shaktis of Lord Narayan. There is a Shri, Bhu, Neela Shakti. These are the Shaktis of Lord Narayan. Bhudevi is one of them. Bhu Shakti, she is Satyabhama Devi, Bhudevi. So she's a devotee of Krishna, very great devotee of Krishna. And Krishna going away and Bhudevi crying in separation from Krishna is Vipralamba. So Krishna put Bhudevi through that simply to increase her devotion, increase her love. So it's not that the spiritual thing is temporary. No, it's increasing actually when Krishna leaves. Because now the devotees are crying in separation. Bhudevi is crying in separation. So that's a higher spiritual ecstasy, Vipralamba.
Yes, that's what I thought. But that day, one sentence confused me, that like it is like because it is Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam, everything is temporary. So she lost that fortune. And so I was like, oh, but this is, so yeah, I understood, Prabhuji, that
it is like Narottam Thakur crying, na? Kaha mora swarup rupa, kaha sanatana. Like that. So crying separation. So we can say yes, there is separation because this Dukhalayam Shashvatam. Everything is temporary. We cry like that. That is a Siddhanta. For a materialist, that is finished. Sense gratification finished. But for a devotee, yes, because this world is temporary, there is separation from Krishna and there is separation from the devotees of Krishna. But because of that separation, the remembrance increases. And in the spiritual realm, remembrance is very real. In the material realm, remembrance is empty. Nothing is going to happen. But because in the spiritual realm, we are remembering Krishna, and remembrance of Krishna is non-different from Krishna Swarup. Krishna Smaran, Krishna Nam, Dhyan is non-different from Krishna Swarup, Abhinatva Namanam, Therefore, even in separation, the devotee makes spiritual advancement. And it's not that the devotion is temporary. No, it actually increases in Vipralamba in separation.
Thank you for clarification, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hari.
Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. I didn't raise my hand first today. Second. Prabhuji, what happened to that Brahman? You said he became Sadan Kasai. What happened to him?
Mataji, that is another class.
When are you giving that class, Prabhuji?
I already gave. No, but
Okay,
he actually became a kasai, but he never used to slaughter the animals. He would buy it from other kasais and sell meat. And for his tarazu, he used to use a stone for balancing. And that stone was a Shaligram Shila.
Hmm.
Krishna was there with him. Krishna did not leave him because in the previous life he had done bhajan. And then once a sadhu comes and tells him, "Arey Baba, this is Shaligram Shila. It's covered with all blood and everything. Let me take." And the Brahman takes, give Abhishek and Puru Sukta prayers and everything. And Shaligramji comes at night in the dream and tells the Brahman, "No, take me back to Sadan Kasai. He's my devotee. I don't want to leave him. Everybody has left him, but I will not leave him. Take me back." So the Brahman comes and gives him the Shaligram back, says, "Krishna ji doesn't want to leave you." Sadan Kasai starts crying. Says, "Krishna is so merciful. He never left me, even though I have taken a sinful life." Then he remembers that I had done this mistake, this sin in my previous life. And then he gives up his profession of Kasai and he becomes a very sincere devotee. It's a long story, but I'm just telling you in short. So he's uplifted eventually.
Prabhuji, can you share the link for the class where you gave the story? You said you gave a class on this.
In some Chaitanya Bhagavat class, I must have spoken this.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No recollection, or maybe somewhere, I don't remember where I spoke, but some of you remember Sadan Kasai story? Little Nimai, Mataji, you remember? Sadan Kasai? I don't know which class I spoke, but some class.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Last question, Divya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I had a question about the cleanliness principle. Now, when a woman is in a delivery room, I mean, olden times, only the midwife used to be inside the room. But now, like, so many males may be coming inside and you don't control that. So does that mean that the woman loses her dignity and her chastity? And also, I mean, does that mean like you're kind of breaking the principles?
No, Mataji. No. See, in Kali Yuga, everything is contaminated. Is it ideal that a male should be present when a woman is delivering? Absolutely no. Absolutely no. Traditionally, only the ladies would be present. When Mother Srimati Shachi Mata delivered Nimai, only the ladies were there in the Prasuti Gruha, in the maternity chamber. And that is the tradition. But now with Kali Yuga, there are female urologists who are doing circumcision. I know so many of them, female urologists, and there are male gynecologists. So this is, see, nothing is pure in Kali Yuga, Mataji. So chastity is not broken. The woman is not losing her dignity. What to do? It is, I mean, to give delivery, now there are so many things you have to, even by law, generally you have to deliver in the hospital. Yes, you can do midwife can deliver, but that is few and far between. Majority of the deliveries happen in the hospital. The child also needs to get vitamin K and so many things, the tetanus shots and so many vaccines, hepatitis B at the time of birth. So most of the deliveries happen in the hospital, and there are going to be male nurses, there are going to be male gynecologists. And what to do, Mataji? Things are not pure in Kali Yuga. So it's not ideal, but it is not the woman's fault. And the woman's dignity is not lost, and the woman's chastity is not broken. Chastity ultimately is a matter of the heart. It's a matter of the heart. So no, chastity is not broken. These are things that we cannot control, Mataji. There are things we can control, things we cannot control. This is something we cannot control. What to do? As far as possible, we should go to a female gynecologist and request that female nurses should be present. But we can only request. There's some things we don't control. So these things we should not worry about, Mataji. We should just chant and go deeper in our shelter, Sharanagati of Radha and Krishna. We are not this body. Even if somebody has seen this body, what is it? What is it? It is just a cloth for the soul. We try to take care of it. We try to maintain dignity. But sometimes some things may happen in Kali Yuga. What to do? We should not think too much about these things. Chastity is broken when we take shelter of someone else. Chastity is broken when we forget Krishna. Tad vismaranena atyante vakulta. And Sripad Narad Muni says that tad vismaranena param vakultete. When a devotee forgets Krishna, there's param vyakulta. That should happen. If that is not happening, then the chastity is broken. Okay, Mataji? I hope this helps.
Right. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Radhe
Hare
Radhe.
Krishna.
Last question, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavata. Now, small question about gold, Prabhuji. So, people, devotees, we use gold for women's use, and also
Women's
there
nose.
is
What did you say?
women's use.
Women's use. Huh?
Yeah. And it will be used in seva also for the Lord, and also people keep in locker. So, can we see that like wherever gold resides, Kali resides? How to understand? Can you explain more?
See, in the purport we read, Srila Prabhupada said, it was a little subtle point, but maybe we missed it. But Srila Prabhupada wrote in the purport that just like Yudhishthir Maharaj and Arjun, Maharaj Parikshit collected all the gold that was collected in the kingdom, and he utilized for Sankirtan Yajna. So wherever there is tendency of hoarding gold, collecting more and more gold, that greed is there, more and more gold or money, same thing. Rupees or dollars, there is a tendency to hoard it. HOARD, hoard, to collect excessively, greed. There Kali is there, Mataji, yes. So some ornaments we have to wear as Matajis. So we buy them and we offer them to Radharani. We let Radharani wear them first, and then we can wear it as prasadi. Then it is not Kali, it is Ali. Ali. Ali is what we chant in our Samsara Dava prayers. The Manjaris are called Ali. The Gopis are called Ali. Yayali Bhir. Nikunjayo Nurati Keli Siddhe Yayali Bhir Ali. Yayali Bhir Yuktirapekshaniya Tatradidakshadati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Then you become Manjari, wearing Radharani's prasadi. So like that. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Very clear. Only that intention to collect more, that is wrong. When it is properly used, it is fine.
That's what Prabhupada said. 50% should be given, used for Krishna service, 25% for our family maintenance, and 25% should be saved for emergencies. Like that. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, dear devotees. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.